Future news. Future news, brothers and sisters. Suleiman Rahim here, Messenger of the Covenant. Break our 7 seals, the judge. Brothers and sisters, I got a couple things I want to talk about today. And I'm really endeavoring to keep this short. I think the last one I did, I was somewhat successful. Brothers and sisters, you got a hard road ahead. You don't understand, but you will understand soon. See, our people, because of 500 years of Holocaust, they don't think. They're not thinking. They don't even know how to think. Because they didn't use their brain for 100 years. If it was forced, weren't allowed to use it. If you caught using your brain, you would get killed. You've seen probably some of these shows where they found out that the slave could read a little bit and they killed him immediately. I think there was one with the master's child. She had a little puppy, because that's who was their pet. And you're still their pet. You don't understand it. You're still their pet. Even when you marry them and everything else, they still look at you as a pet. You're going to understand that in a minute. They still look at you as a pet. You're not the equal. Like they love dogs. They have dogs, sleep with them and everything else. They sleep with you. But in their mind, you just their pet. At any rate, so they did all the thinking for you. And if you will, the Willie Lynch thing said, make them dependent. That means them depend on you. And that's what it is. Elijah Muhammad tried to break you out of that. And he couldn't. He didn't break you out of it. He tried. Because you was pushing my bill. He was doing the thinking. And you was just, and he stopped pushing you. He stopped doing the thinking for you. Because how in the hell could you be with Farrakhan? That's proof that you're not thinking. There's no way a thinking person would spend 5 seconds with that demon. You're not thinking. You think because, I do fill out the bill and I do. That's not thinking. That's not thinking. I'm going to buy a house. That's not thinking. Right? I keep telling you that. See? I tell you, someone knows. Because to solve the Injil, it's hard than lifting weights. Some people won't go to the gym. Man, I ain't going. And our people will not think. They refuse to do it. I mean, not so bad they don't do it. Most refuse to do it. Because another thing, thinking becomes responsibility. And people don't think. See? Because thinking, you have to start bringing facts. You got to build a logic system and all that. They don't think. And I haven't been able to get anyone to think yet. They're not thinking. They think that they're not thinking. When they start thinking, they realize the difference. See? They realize the difference. Working on the Injil, I wouldn't want to do that again. I mean, some of these things I had to figure out. It took literally years. I had to constantly studying. Like Elijah Muhammad says, some prophets get prophecy from a gift, someone gets from a 10th study. It took us 10th study, like the one I told you about, the last one I told you about, the one about the 79 years and 76 years and everything. It took me years. In fact, it wasn't until a few years ago I even came close to that one. Because I could not understand that one. It says in the book itself, Daniel said he didn't understand it. It took a lot of studying, intense studying, headaches, thinking about it 24/7. And then on top of that, I still had to maintain my family and stuff. I mean, they all, they out of the house now, for the most part, right? And intense. And none of it came easy. It was hard in lifting weights, much harder. Because when you lift weights, you say no pain, no gain. You feel the pain. Well, mentally, you feel the confusion. And as soon as that people run this confusion, hey, don't about that, man. That's what you're working through the confusion. It's like you're working through the pain to get that muscle. You got to go work through the pain to get the muscle. After a while, the pain is gone, but you got the muscle. And that same thing with thinking. As soon as it runs some confusion, they don't want nothing to do with it. And that's you're going to run all kinds of confusion. Because when you start with weight, you're going to run all kinds of pain. And the more strong you get, the more pain you're going to get. If you don't want to go to the gym, you ain't gonna have any muscle. You can't take no pill to get it. So, and that's why you got to go to tribulation. Because see, one thing that will make you think is when your life is online, you have to think. And that's what tribulation is all about. See? Because you refuse to think, but your life's going to lie, and you're going to have to think. You're going to have to think to survive. You're going to have to upload that engine. You have to look into it. You have to understand what's, get your mind on that level, or you will not make it, period. And you're going to see people fall all around you because they're going to want you to do it thinking for them. That's why people they want Farrakhan to do it thinking for them. Because he's doing it. He says, oh, he's the one. So they went. Cyrus and Silas and all these clowns out there, Ben X, who tell them that they can see and they can't. But if you're blind and someone tells you can see, another blind person tell you can see, how do you know? You can listen for a cane tapping around, but how do you know? See, if they can take advantage of you until you mess around and run off a cliff or something, then it's too late because, whoa, on the way down, you realize you was tricked. It was too late now. Gravity got your ass. Okay? They don't know. The simplest things they can't figure out. They don't know. I keep telling you, they don't know. They think they don't know. That's why you got to go to tribulation. That's why you have to be baptized. Baptized in the blood of the Lamb. Blood of the Lamb is 2 books. That you got to at least understand, at least on that level. Just say, you got to wash your robes. You got to kill 5 devils, right? Or you got to run 50 miles. Or you got to do 1,000 push-ups. No. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to do it. And people that say with me, they don't do it either. I know you're doing it. They don't want to do it. Because the thinking it was required, they don't want to do it. It's just too hard. And it's supposed to be hard. Living the weights is hard. Because once you do it, now you're above the people that don't want to do it, so now you're above them. And you're safely above them because they're never going to come get in next to you because they're too weak to handle the pressure, handle the tension, handle the pain. That's why I don't know where anybody touches Angel. They can't get anywhere near it because they ain't no way they want to. No one says no way heavens or earth. No one, even the God, they didn't want to go through that much pain. No one going to go through it. Because just think about 2,000 years and all these people, all these scientists and everything, and no one could touch it. That's how much you have to go. That's how much it would take to get it. I was one trying to, I was thinking I was trying to build my brain, but I had no idea what I was going to run to when I ran to Injil. In fact, in retrospect, after all that how I went through, if I knew that when I first got into it, I don't know if I did it. I don't know if I did it. Because you don't understand the pain that went with that, brothers and sisters. You have no idea. You have no idea. So let me talk about a couple of things, brothers and sisters. I'm going to show you a couple of graphics, and we're going to bail out here. He got that parable. Well, it's not a parable, right? But he got a story about Adam. Now, I try to explain to you. See, some people think that's it's as soon as you say Adam's talking about all human race. Because, the angels are somebody else. There's something else. Angels are invisible, spooky things. They don't see angels as people. See? So they got their own interpretation. I'm not sure of the shield. They probably somewhere on that line too. Right? But when you read that, nobody understands it. And even dumbass Daniel, he tried to hit on it. See, he get nowhere close. Because they're always trying to hit this stuff and try to give it their interpretation, what they don't know what the hell they're talking about. See? And most of you don't know what I'm talking about either, because the logic of it misses you. Because you have to think to appreciate the logic. See, so I know this is missing. I know you're not getting it. You're memorizing it. And you say, well, I think this is right. I'm gonna go by faith. And faith is not going to do it. It's not going to work for you, brothers and sisters, when you go to tribulation. Faith just won't work. Only faith will work is faith that you believe, right? That if you start thinking, you'll survive. That type of faith, right? But just I'm gonna have faith. God gonna say, oh boy, you're gonna be double shit. You're gonna be eating. That's no other way to tell you. But see, when you read that carefully, see, because you got to ask yourself some questions, but they don't ask. Because you got to think to ask. You can tell a lot about people how much they know about something, but just the question to ask, if they ask any question at all. Most time they don't ask any questions, they'll look at you. See, me, I always had questions. You start talking about something, I had questions. So you're going to have to add up to me. If it happened to me, I'm not interested. Let me move on, because I'm going to be talking. The thing is that that story is very profound. That's the same Adam in Genesis. Both of those Adams, that's Adam in the last 500 years. Now, the angels told to submit. But all of them, see, angels. So the thing is, you ask yourself the question, well, how could they submit to Adam? If you say Adam is a human being, and they say spiritual objects, how the hell could how could they submit? How could he control them? He don't know, he can't see them or anything else. That didn't make any sense right there, but they don't have to make any sense if you don't think. Right there, that should have been a question. Remember, how can they submit to Adam? How can you see them? You don't know where they are. How can he control them? How does he can rule them? You see angels around here doing what we tell them to do? Because if that's true, then they should be submitting to us. Hey, angel, come here and fix my dinner for me. See, but you don't see that because that's bullshit. See, so the angels are people, but Iblis, right? He was one of them, and they said, well, he wouldn't. They tell you he wasn't an angel. Right? They tell you he wasn't an angel, and right there you got a problem because that don't make any sense either. I'm not going to do step-by-step analysis, brothers and sisters. But if you say, okay, all you girls, and you go to auditorium, all you girls, you stand up, and I want y'all to go ahead into the ladies' room and go ahead and take, whatever you need to do is take a break, right? No, let me say a little more definitive, right? Okay, I want all you females, right? Okay, I want y'all to go over here. What was the other building over there, right? And, clean it up or something, right? See? And so they go. And then you tell the boy, hey, I'll put y'all in detention because y'all didn't go over the room. Wait, hold on. You didn't tell us. You told the girls to do it. Why do you? Yeah, we refused to do it because you didn't tell us to do it. You didn't tell us to do anything. You told the girls to do it. That's the same thing with Iblis. The story is they say he's not an angel, then why did God condemn him for not submitting? If he told angels submit to Adam. And Iblis said, I'm not going to do it. Well, if he wasn't an angel, then what's the problem? Because he told the angel specifically, if he wasn't an angel, see, right there you got a problem. See, I understand. I check everything out. You don't get anything past me. A lot of people think they think past me is a lot of stuff. They don't get past anything. I can tell by what they say, what they act, do, who they really are. So they're not getting past me. They're not. I don't speak to everything. I got time for it, for one thing. That's the question. So we know that the just gentle angels, right? And they felt they didn't submit. But the thing is, the question is that they were supposed to submit. Now we connect that to Abrahamic covenant. Once you understand that. And they were supposed to submit to an Abrahamic covenant. I mean, during Holocaust, right? Because this would be during the time. Remember, this last 500 years. This was the time that Adam would rule. If you understand that too, that's not talking about 6,000 years ago. Talking about the last 500 years. The same one in Genesis, when they come out of the Dark Ages. Gog and Magog. Once you understand that, they say, okay, then if we're going to be going according to the Abrahamic vision, we're going to be stripped of everything. And how we know to submit? And that's when you get into the sealed Bible, because Adam was given the Bible. It tells you he was given his guidance. If you understand the Genesis again, I said, you got to put these things together. How do you think I put these things together, man? I just one morning, somebody lightning bolt hit me in my ass. I said, oh, man, I got it. You make all these connections. Because it tells you in Genesis, once you figure that out, that's another problem. You have to figure out the sequence of events there, that the Bible was given to the devils. The crown was given to the original people. Oh, y'all got them there. Yeah. You think you got me. See? And so they would have it. But they had the sealed version. That would be their guidance. See? And so in there, remember, now we're supposed to be enslaved during the hard code, supposed to be in submission, servants of them. We're supposed to serve them. That's slaves. If that's what slaves do. We're supposed to serve them, so be their slaves, right? For that period of time. That's what it says. We'll serve them. We'll be their slaves, right? But what was it? But remember, the only religion we would have is Christianity, because we was in submission to them, and they control everything. If they were in submission to them, that means we'd do whatever they told us to. So that was the religion they gave us, on the religion we had. And what that religion tell you? Submit to master. submit. It's all about submission. That's what Elijah Muhammad said. He called it the poison book. He says all about slavery. Well, it is. The sealed version, that's the only version he knew. He didn't know the unsealed version. He knew it was sealed because he said the Bible, with the way he used the word under veil. The Bible does say it's under veil. That's another way of saying it's sealed. So he knew that. Okay. So there it is. That's how he got it. Because they tell you, we was the slaves, right? It says, it's me, a master. Submit. So that's why we got the message. It was right there in the sealed Bible from God, because this God was telling us in the sealed Bible, submit. So that's how we knew angels to submit, because we would lose all knowledge of us. We say, well, how would they know if everything was taken from them? How would they know to submit? It's right there. The command in the sealed Bible is to submit. And you as a slave, you didn't know any better. Christianity is the only thing that you had, and God was telling you, submit. It's right there. I mean, that is any clearer? Okay. And then what? And then the angel come along after the 4,400 years over. Well, it's 4,500 years if you want to go that way. And then he got a whole different, Papa's got a whole new bag. See? Submission time is over. Now you got to kick ass. Doing them as they done to you. That means, what's some of the things they did to it? They enslaved us, so enslaved them. And they were double. That means it gets a revenge. See? Don't submit to master. Kill master. Stomp him in the ground. Destroy him. Oh, no. But that's an unsealed version. You see? And the point is, it said, I taught Adam all this stuff, but he didn't teach the angels. He said, well, why do you do that? Why would we teach Adam? See, they can't, Sunnis can't explain that, none of them can explain it, because we were all not taken away from us, right? See? And so they had it. It was given to them. They didn't understand it, because it tells you right there, who did the Lamb get the book from? He got it from Satan. Satan had it in his hand. Satan was the one on the throne. If it says God on the throne, then how can God have a book that he don't understand himself? You says God on the throne, he had a book that he don't understand himself. There's no one in heavens or the earth. That's Satan on the throne, but you don't understand that. So he took the book from Satan. Satan had the book, he didn't understand it. Satan got all this knowledge about, he got all the individual knowledge about science, biology, but he doesn't know how to put it all together. He doesn't know how to kick it all up. He's got enough, right, to build cell phones. That took thinking to build cell phones and electricity. Took thinking. It's on a lower level us, because they can't traverse the universe. They can't make stars and constellations, which is much more. That's what you can do if your brain gets turned on, because you already done. The evidence is out there. And that means your brain has to be much more powerful than theirs. That's why in less it says, what, you got 7.5 ounces of brain, well, they got 6. It doesn't mean that exactly, but it's telling you, right, the difference between the power of your brain and theirs. I'm probably paraphrasing a little bit. I'm not sure if I got those numbers exactly right, but you understand what I'm saying, hopefully. So knowledge was given to them, and it was sealed. They had the book, all that stuff was sealed. Because then a mystery God would come and say, okay, or like have Muhammad, somebody come and tune into him. No. Going on building spirits and spooks and stuff here. The knowledge had to be there. And so it was there. And it says Suleiman or the Lamb would be the one that would go and dig that knowledge out. Dig it out. And seal it. Right? And then give it back to you, right? So that you can turn on. See? Now you're the ruler, but you guys, you can't rule by kicking ass. You're gonna kick ass. That's revenge, but that's not gonna give you rulership. This guy here, be here. You understand? That's the way it happened, brothers and sisters. So it had to take Suleiman to come and seal it, and knowledge. It was sealed up. It said. It wasn't easy for him to do it. But no one else could do it. Okay, let's move on to something else. Okay, well, let me do a couple of these graphics here, brothers and sisters, because I want to keep this short. I have some small things I have to do. And okay. I'm not talking about DNA. I'm doing little graphics. I'm going to deal with this pretty quickly, brothers and sisters. You know, I said chromosomes. They're a little. This information is a little wrong here. Because it says you get your, you inherit your chromosomes half from your mother, half from your father. That's not true. That's not true. You get some from your mother, some from your father. Depends on who's got the most dominant genes. I'm talking about genes you wear. See, so that's not true. A statement there either. Right? But the bottom line is you got two sets. And the XX and XY, XX, I said YY before. XX is the female, XY is the male, because the male can produce both, male and female. The X can only produce female. It's no store altogether. Okay, so you get two sets of chromosomes. That's what it says right there. It said like it's 46 altogether. Right? You get 22 pairs of number chromosomes. So I'm not going down that kind of detail, bro, since I just want to show you this. Let's see here. Let's say on the left, right? That's your father, right? And that's not the whole set. I'm just giving you a graphic representation, right? So you got two sets. So you got one set A through H, and you got another set 1 through 8. And your mother, same thing. Well, the brown represents your mother, right? And so what happens is that you get both of them, and they compare them. Your DNA, this DNA is very smart, right? It compares them. It says, okay. See, in this case, it says, okay, I compared the father's A against the mother's A, but the father's A was more powerful, stronger than them. So I'm gonna take the father's A, not the mother's, right? And when it got to B, it says, okay, I'm going to take the father's B too, because his is more strong than the mother's. Right? But it got to C, it said, no, the mother's gene, hers is stronger than the father. So I'm going to take the mother's. That's what happens. It keeps doing that to finish the whole thing. And then what happens is what results in what you got in the middle there. And that's why, for you men out there, it's dangerous to, especially in the middle age, it's dangerous to have children by a young woman. Because he's young, and the strength of her gene is going to be stronger than yours in general. So that child may be almost all like her. Almost all like her. I mean, that might be a good thing, might be a bad thing, right? It's still your seed. It still got your nature, right? But I mean, you can look like and act like and everything else. Oh, he said nature, it still has your nature. See, your fundamental nature still has it, right? But the quality of it, right? See? So the eyes may look more like her. She may also look almost like exactly like her, male or female, because he shows most of hers, right? Because hers, she was stronger, but she can't change the nature, right? The point is just I'm saying it makes that connection. So I know you all be confused. Oh no, you can't change the nature of the child. The child may act a lot, but its true nature, its bottom line nature, base nature, because it's still going to be from the Father. See, I know Father comes and say, yeah, the mother's true. So he ain't really, he was all his mother. No, it don't work that way, brothers and sisters. I'm not going that kind of detail here today. The problem is your base nature is still going to be your Father. And nothing in the A can change that. I'm just saying, when it pick in particular genes, right, it can pick the strongest one to make sure you're stronger because you've been prepared for the world outside in the womb. And that's what happens. So I said, take 4 birds, you see? There's the 4 birds. See? 2 on mother, 2 from me, 2 in your father. Teach them to climb to you. You got to learn and study. Figure out who got what. And once you get that level, because remember, we can see 25,000 years into the future. So being able to see that, that means you have to also know, you have to keep up with conception, right? You have to know what sperm is going to egg. Because you have to know every atom. If you get one wrong, the whole thing is messed up. So you also know this too. So you know who got what genes, who got the stronger ones, what's the weaker ones, what that person gonna be like. They give the scriptures of people that wasn't even born yet, because when you go down to the prophecy to weep, right, you go down to the atomic level. You go way beyond. You go deeper than this. This is nothing. See, so we had a knowledge available to us when we get home, and so therefore we can say, okay. Now, if I put these 2 people together, and they're going to we know what their gene strain is, know what gene strain is, even if they mix together, well, we know who got the strong whatever, so we know exactly which ones it's going to result in the end. Now, that might be the person we want. They may not be that cold, but say, okay, I got that one, and I get some of that. Maybe make 2 or 3 iterations right before you actually get the exact code you want. Then that's the person all over again. That's what the story about. Abraham asking God, how do you give life right after death? And that's what it's talking about there, because that's your true number. That's your true name right there. That was talking about Adam, all the names. So you don't understand. It's much to that story, but that's what it's talking about right there. That's your true name. That's your name known by consequence, right? Not talking about your parent, well, that name. No, your true name is your genetic structure. Everybody has a unique one. See? Everyone has a unique one. Everyone has a unique one. And so when you and I will say you're immortal, brothers and sisters. But see, the point is that who controls that? The people that take and do the arranged marriages that said, decide to put this together. They said, okay, I'm going to bring a brother Yusuf, brother Yusuf Shah. I know it's genetic. I want to bring that brother back into existence, right? Okay, I know it's genetic code. I know, okay. Remember, because his family, his sister, brother, mother, all got peace. That's why take the 4 bread and spread all over. That means your genes is all over the place. My genes and my children, my parents are not around anymore, but my cousins, I all got a piece of it. So that means I still exist. I just not put together. I'm just in parts. So bring it back together. That's it again. You're going to understand that eventually, brothers. That's why they had arranged marriages. You think, oh, they was just, oh man, look at them, the pure. They arrange who you're going to marry. See, because they don't understand well, they put out everything without understanding anyway. But that's why we're doing that. See? So when you put back together, then your memories return back to you, so you know who you are, right? Well, you're gonna be a different person. You're gonna have a different parents, obviously. Right? Now you have a different life. You're gonna be a different version of yourself, a better, right? To be able to deal with the new reality, right? And you'll be aware of people that you knew when you was here before. Now you want to deal with them, that's up to you. Maybe they'll be around, maybe they won't, maybe whatever. Let's move on, brothers and sisters. Okay, now, this is talking about, right, war mathematics. I'm going to give this a simple version. You understand? And this is a very simplified version. And say if you got two enemies there, right? And each one got 10 pounds of pressure, so it's 10 of them. So right there you got 50 pounds altogether. So they balance. They balance. See? So one can't take advantage of the other. They balance. Right? So what happens here? So in this one here, right, his pressure increases by two pounds. So now he's up to what? 60 pounds. Well, it was 50, now it's up to 60. So he's got 10 more pounds in this one. That means 10 more pounds of pressure. You understand? So he got 10 more pounds of pressure. That means he can overwhelm this one up to 10 pounds. You see? Still 10 of them there. So now he convert one of the other ones into, he took his land or whatever. He owns it now. So now it's balance. See? Let's just go another one before I talk a little more general about this. So take this here. Now this one, he increases pressure, right? His discipline, right? Now he's got more power, right? So now his power is up to 14. So altogether, that's what? 140, that's 70. He got up to 70. He's still at 10, right? 70. So what happens? Now he can take 2. He can convert 2. So this is losing more land, more people or whatever. He's got more control up to that point. Up to that point. That's all he can take. And then it's balance, right? Okay, there's a little area there, brother. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I missed that one. Oh, I'll fix it. Okay, now back here. He's 12 pounds, right? He's 60. Right? He was 50, right? Now he's increased his discipline up to, right? I'm not showing where this is losing discipline because I'm trying to keep it simple, right? So he increased his discipline above this one, right? So there you got. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 5, 6, 7, 9. Oh, no. Okay, right. I knew I'm missing here. And so he can take 2, right? And so, but what happens is, okay, I fixed this. I don't know why this, like somebody's in this system, but this is not the one I had. Okay, let me go on for now. Let me see what happens here. So in other words, by taking more than he's supposed to take, he increased the pressure on this one, right? And that's not I don't know if I can go with this one. See? Let me find the one I actually had. But that's not the, hold on, Bill. So let me look at this. I had something went wrong here. Hold on. Something went wrong here. So, I'm telling you, Bill, so enough of my stuff works. My computers don't work. My TVs, I had to get, my TV just went out for no crazy reason. Then another one wouldn't respond to the remote, and I had to go out and buy everything. And this here is wrong. I spent a lot of time make sure this is absolutely right, and then it come out this way. So I know they didn't mess with my system and my phone. They're having fun. So let them have fun because their day is over. Well, I said I got to go and look at this, see what happened. I don't think I'm going to take time to fix it, but I'm going to look at real quick and see what happened here. Because that's not what I had. That's exactly not what I had there. How did it happen like that? Go look at this. What happened here? It's not what I had. I went over and over this to make sure it was absolutely right. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, I see. Mm-mm-mm. I'll tell you about it, sister. Oh, hope they, and I know they're having fun. So they probably figure he's 75 years old, man. Let me frustrate him so much you have a heart attack. Well, keep on trying, because that ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. So they put it here. Okay, try it. Put it there. That's the one. Okay. Mm-mm-mm. It's unbelievable. So maybe I'm senile, bro. Since maybe I just got Alzheimer's. I don't know what I did. Maybe that's it. Maybe this angel stuff and everything is all Alzheimer's. I know I'm talking about. Well, I mean, if people ain't studying it and they ain't paying attention, I didn't know I'm telling people not. That's the problem. Because if they don't studying, they don't know. So if I'm not around, they do the same thing to Elijah. Everybody does. They get everything all distorted and everything else, and I wouldn't even recognize it if I came back. And that's why right now I got to be very careful. See? Because even in front of my face, I see distortions right in front of my face. What would happen if I wasn't around? Okay, here we go. 10 on each side. Right? Okay, so this creature is 20 pounds, right? So he's got, actually, instead of 50, he got 60 on this side. Right? So he only got 50 on this side. So he's got 10 more pounds. So what happens? So he converts one of these, and so now he's still got 10, and it's balanced. He's able to convert one of these into 10. So no, he said take some of this away. It's the simplest way is he took some of this away from him. He owns it now. If you look in terms of land, he took that much of his land away, this one. Right? And that's justified. When anything balanced, that's what justification is. When things are in balance, that's justification. That's why you got to learn to understand things. See, that's not wrong. He took it, right? Because that's just because if he had more power than the other one, right, then he had the right to take that because he had more power than that one. That's mathematics. He said, "Oh man, he took from him. We had more power." That's one of the reasons why let's Smith to Adam, make men shed blood. Yeah, but he had the power. And that was the right thing to do. So how do we turn that to our advantage? See? Let me speak one more thing on that quickly. See, the thing is, we say, submit. Okay, so now all this information was locked into and it'll be given when Suleiman will come and unleash it, but it says submit. So when you submit, right, in other words, you wasn't going to take and react to what they was doing. So there was no consequence to what they was doing. So you was damming up the pressure they was building. Remember, because consequence builds up. If you don't, consequence is immediate, but you can dam it, and it means it builds up, it builds up, it builds up, builds up. So the consequence of what they actually was building up, because we are the consequence of it, but we wasn't reacting. We are the consequence of what they did, but we weren't reacting. So it's building up, building up, building up. So as it builds up, the pressure builds and builds and builds. But I told you, the pressure builds, that causes you to transform to adjust to the pressure. Like that's what causes a diamond. Enough pressure on coal will transfer diamonds. You know how they make fake diamonds? They take coal and have these machines that can generate tens of thousands of pounds of pressure. But it's not the same thing as diamond because since it happens so fast, it doesn't have the quality of diamond. So you can tell that it's not quite, but it looks like a diamond. You could fool people. It is a diamond, really. It just hasn't had the quality of a diamond that's been in the earth for millions of years and took that pressure, slowly build that pressure. But that's what they do. They take these, if you look it up, that's how they take coal, and put on it. They put in these machines that put intense pressure enough that can force that coal to turn to a diamond. Now, it's not a pure diamond, but it's a diamond. It's a diamond. It is a diamond. Right? I think they call it Gazy or something like that, but it's a diamond. Right? It's not as pure and perfect as the one that took time, right? That's how they do it. Right? So the thing is that pressure build. So you get transformed. So the pressure builds so much that transformed us. Right? So in other words, say if it took millions of pounds of pressure to build, say you started with 100 pounds of pressure every day, and it builds up. Now it's get to 20 pounds. Say you start 100 pounds a day. Now it's 200 pounds of pressure on you. Now it's 300 pounds every day. Now it's 500, because it keep building up. Before it was just 100 pounds a day you was dealing with it. But now it's 200 pounds. Now it's 300 pounds. Now it's 400 pounds. It's building up. Now it's 1,000 pounds, 10,000 pounds. And man, look at that damn pressure I'm under. And then your body transformed to just that pressure. Now you can handle 1,000 pounds of pressure, your body. Because remember, that's why a diamond is one of the hardest substances known to man. Because once it transforms, that pressure don't mean anything to it. It can handle a million tons of pressure, however pressure it takes. It doesn't bother it because that's the pressure to convert it. So now it's converted to a form that pressure doesn't bother. That kind of pressure doesn't bother it. It doesn't it's like, you're in the, I'm not going to go too far here, bosses, but it's just, if you understand it, if it takes that much to convert, transform, now you're immune to it. It doesn't bother you anymore. It's like, you don't even notice it's there. Right? So now you convert it. So now you can handle 1 million pounds of pressure per square inch or whatever, right? Because that built up. Then once it built up to that point, now you can transform, right? Because you had to dam it up to have that. And then if you break that dam, remember, the people that was putting you under that pressure, right? They wasn't, right? They was putting you under that pressure. But they wasn't putting that pressure on themselves. They was putting that pressure on you. So now, remember, they was dealing with 100 pounds of pressure a day like you was. But yours is building up. You have built to 100,000 pounds or whatever. Convert, and they still building 100 pounds of pressure every day. That's what they're dealing with. And then that dam breaks. And then they hit with 1 million pounds of pressure per square inch, just like that, bam, crushes them. It crushes them. But you don't even bother you at all. You're walking around, man, what's the problem? What's the deal? Right? And it's crushing right before your eyes. And nobody can put no pressure. They can't develop, that can harm you. No hair in your hair will be harmed. You see? You understand the math of it, brothers and sisters? That's why we say submit. By submitting, we would be building that pressure up until it came to the point where we'd be transformed, and then that's the normal pressure for us. That's the normal pressure for us. But it's not for them. That damn brace just crushes them. And the weakest one that crushes first, crushes devils first. And then who's after that? Orientals. We have that. You see what I'm saying? Because it comes out like a whirlwind, it's a flood. That's why they call it the flood. It's a whirlwind. That whirlwind pressure, just like nowhere, out of nowhere, all that pressure comes. Once that mass farmer breaks that dam, that pressure, it blows away everything in its path. Somebody say, well, it's going to blow away Master from Muhammad. What do you think Master Muhammad, that's why he was living the life he was doing, right? Because he didn't go, he went through the pressure. He didn't deal with, he dealt with the pressure, right? But not through the Holocaust. Through wisdom and supreme wisdom and the knowledge you get from the other scientists. That's no stuff. I'm going to get that, brother and sister. Why do you think, you think reciting the Quran 7, 8 hours a night is easy? Because he got to survive that pressure too. See? He got to survive it too. Then, well, what about the Shia? Right? Well, they've been under a lot of pressure, haven't they? Not as much pressure we've been under, and under pressure. Right? See? I'm gonna leave that there, brother. Sister. You want to deal with that? I'm saying I'm getting off course here. The point is, they have to. They come from a different angle. Remember, they come from an analytical aspect of it, but they still have to build enough to deal with that pressure. Because when that pressure releases, it's going to blow away everything that can't handle that kind of pressure. But remember, in the angel arc, you got different levels of pressure, right? So on the top is maximum pressure. That pressure comes, you have to be on one of those levels of pressure to reach Hajj. Let me move on, brothers and sisters. And then this one here, right? Now watch what happens here. Now he's up at 30 pounds, right? See? So what happens? He can convert 2. So now he can take 2 with you, and that's balanced. There's nothing you can do about it, right? So we got another situation. That wasn't like this one here. Now he's at 20, right? Doesn't mean he can take 1. He can take one of these, right? But he takes 2. He's the aggressor now. It's not balanced. He's taking 2. He's taking more he's supposed to. That's unjust. That's the aggressor. That's why it says Allah loves not the aggressor. So he aggressor, what happens, right? Now he loses one of his. To keep that balance, because he took more than he's supposed to. So you got to translate that to war. So when you're talking about war, if you take and you measure, like right now, Master Muhammad, wait for that. He's waiting for that one point, right, where the devil is so crippled, right, that the pressure, because remember, Master Muhammad, remember, the Shia and they put pressure too. They're the ones that are kicking this thing off. So they said, well, how do they get that pressure? That's another story you're going to learn after a while, right? But they have to kick this thing off. And so they have to say, when is their pressure, right, greater than the devil's pressure to the extent that they can wipe out the devils, defeat them. Defeat them. I'm not talking about, I'm talking about defeat them. And so that's the point. And at that point, right, when they can defeat them, then they can defeat without taking any losses. And that comes like a whirlwind. And there's nothing the devils can do to stop it. That's why it says they couldn't defend themselves. They fought back, but they lost. Because when art of war, you got to make sure that you got to calculate, make sure, understand your power is greater than the power that you're fighting against. Otherwise, right, you're going to take losses, and you might be defeated, or you will be defeated if their power is greater than yours. So during Adam's time, his power was greater than everybody else's. So he was taking everything from everybody. He was taking everybody's stuff. You see, he was taking everybody's stuff. Okay. Especially over here, everything took from us, but we was told not to submit. And there's a lot, I see right now, brothers and sisters, they're really going to, I'm going to move on. Because I can see right now, if it was me, I have a lot of questions. You see? But I don't think you know the question to ask. And that'll take me a long time to get into the math to explain that. But the point is, they have to also, right? But on the technical level, see, because, well, let me get a little hint here, brothers and sisters. Remember, Master Muhammad, the point is, because of that, his structure, right? He has a lot more energy, right? So the point is, he has more energy to work with. But because he's disciplined originally, he controls the energy. So therefore, because his supreme wisdom and the way he applied that energy, he has so much control of it, he can protect himself from the pressure that we're about to release. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it there, brothers and sisters. I'm going to leave it there. And he's going to teach Shia the same thing. I mean, they are practicing a form of Islam, which will give them some of that protection, right? But he teaches the same thing because that's why their rule will only last 6,000 more years and then has to return back to the tribe of Shabazz. I didn't mean to go there, brothers and sisters, but I don't want people to say, well, he like Ishmael say, I'll talk about it next week because they don't know what they're talking about. So the thing is that I explained to you before that because of where mass farming is, right? Like that same thing with Adam. If Adam had maintained discipline, okay, he would have been able to withstand, right? Survive some of the pressure. He would have still been crippled. But there's still this pressure even greater, his ability, even if he had maximum discipline, right? But because the discipline that Master Muhammad of his supreme wisdom, because remember, he applies his priest, he applies supreme wisdom, but applies supreme discipline. You have to have supreme discipline and not to sleep and to walk, right? So that discipline is enough to keep that energy, right, strong enough. Remember, that energy is like a shield, right? What I call it, a protection shield to survive this pressure that's about to be unleashed. Because he's the one going to unleash it. So why would he unleash something that he couldn't handle? He's going to unleash this pressure because what he does over there is going to break that dam and all this pressure is going to come out like a whirlwind. But why would you release it if you're going to be destroyed by it yourself? So that's no. So, well, you get it. You know, I'm going to move on, brothers and sisters. Okay. So I think that's all my talk about, brothers and sisters. Yeah. I'm not getting to this. I talked about this yesterday. I just want to talk about those couple of things, brothers and sisters. Now, you see what's going on over there right now? Everybody's saying, people saying, what's holding Iran back? Everybody expects it to happen any day now, and I fully anticipate that the war, that phase 2 is going to break out any day. When it breaks, everything's going to change, brothers and sisters. That dam we broke. That dam will break. And it's going to blow everything. It's going to break right here in America. Right? That's why men's hearts be failing for fear of those things coming upon them, because they have heart attacks. What they see is not even a smidgen about what's going to happen. So there's going to be a strange thing here. See? And you're going to be scrambling. You're going to be in panic at first. But you're going to be scrambling, right, to get that discipline, that angel knowledge, and the 5 pillars that's going to keep you from being destroyed by your own pressure. Okay? Because you would stand the pressure. But the point is, that's what the devil, he's telling you, right? Okay. You don't need to keep doing that stuff. He turned to a diamond. He's telling you, oh no, jump into the furnace, because if you put a diamond into a furnace, it's going to burn you like coal. It's the same thing as carbon. It's going to burn you like coal. They're trying to get you to burn yourself up. See? But your discipline, you have to turn it on. In other words, the point is, you have the discipline to be as hard as you want to be, hard enough to withstand any pressure. It ain't just, you just stand there and just have it. Maybe I should clarify that. Okay, we went through, how did we get to the Holocaust? Did we just come out diamonds? Or we come out with the discipline, right, that will give us the ability to be hard as diamonds? You get it? It took discipline to do it. So we acquired supreme discipline. Now, Farrakhan is trying to get you to stop using discipline, because you see how people, they teach now people to be under, because it's a discipline you have that turns that. Let me say another way. Okay, say you have a diamond, right? Or a diamond is just a diamond, right? But what if that diamond, right, it had to be disciplined or just be cold? I mean, it has discipline, but if you turn discipline off, it just turn back to cold again. Does that make sense to you, brothers and sisters? See? It's not just automatic. You have to, okay, let me say it this way. It's a discipline, right, that took you to dam up all this consequence. The discipline that you keep holding back. Because remember, you kept holding back. That means you had to increase your discipline to keep from reacting, because you're told to submit. So the pressure built. So it took more and more discipline to handle that pressure, more and more discipline, until you got so much discipline that you got transformed. You had so much discipline, you had transformed. Because it took discipline to keep that damning that stuff. It took discipline for you to stay in there and keep at that gym, keep working on that. It took a lot of discipline to stick to the hard costs and submission. Right, so it's discipline that did it. So let me make this clear. So once you got we call that discipline, right? Now you got, but remember, discipline is something that you can turn on and off. And now teaching our people to turn off their protection, turn it off. Christianity, eating all this stuff, turn it off. And if you turn it off, then you're gonna be crushed by the pressure. It's the discipline that happened that transformed you. So I need, because I can see right now, I get the question, man, well, if they did that, I wouldn't need to do anything. No. It's the discipline that you achieve. And that's discipline, something that you can apply or not apply. And I'm going to try to get you to turn that discipline on. But that was turn it off. You can do your own thing. Like Farrakhan's, all this bullshit he's telling you. You just got to do anything. Just believe in him. Turn that discipline off. Oh boy, I see. You understand? So let me make that clear. So I definitely made it clear. But I see right now, people say, whoa, we went to the Holocaust. No. It's the discipline that transformed you. The discipline that great discipline that gives you the ability to protect yourself, to do the 5 pillars, to do all these things, to upload the Injil, because that's what you need. In other words, you had the strength to do it. Like go to the gym. Gym gives you the strength to do things. Now you can use that strength or don't use it. Just because you got in the fight because you're strong, that doesn't mean you can fight. It means you can kick the ass if you want to, or you can just sit there and take an ass whooping. It's your decision. Hope you understand that, bro. They're getting you a turn off. Oh man, don't you need to do that stuff. It's a discipline. And that's why you have to turn that big discipline back. That's why you got to get Injil. You got to 5 pills. Because I told you, 5 pills are all about discipline. You got to turn that back on. And that's once you turn that discipline on, you got more power. Remember, discipline, time, energy is power. So once you turn discipline, you got more power than anybody on the planet. But you got to put discipline to it. And the discipline, that's why you get the 5 pills. As soon as I get the 5 pills, getting injured, so you put that discipline to it. So you got the more powerful person on the planet. Then nobody can touch you. Your power is great. I just showed you when you have more power, you can take what you want. To the point that your power is great, and your power will be so great that you can take everything. It's all yours. So now I think I really need to explain that, because I see people, oh man, no, it's a discipline. See, because sometimes I just take things for granted, right? I've been saying all the time, your discipline is all about, I said the 5 pillars are all about discipline. It's a discipline that gives you the power. And so the point is, you got more discipline than anybody on the planet because you went through the Holocaust. I hope I made it. I really need to do this. I'm glad I did it now. Because when I think about it, I don't think I made that clear enough to you. When I think about it, I don't think I made that clear enough to you. Right? Because I'm just thinking so many things. So maybe I'm going to talk about that again, more specifically. Because I think people think, oh man, well, I'm turning to diamond. No, yeah. You turn to diamond discipline. You got it, but then it's just up to you to decide what you're going to turn on or not. I'm going to leave it there, bosses. I'll leave it there. I'm going to talk about this again. I am. When I think about it, so many things I talk about, bro. Since I don't get any feedback, so I'm not sure right, how much you get and how much you're not getting. But that's why you got to go to the tribulation and turn that discipline on. Excuse me. I don't know why I'm sneezing so much lately. Every day I'm sneezing. I tell my wife, I tell her, boy, every time I see you, I start sneezing. But she ain't here right now, so I can't blame it on her. But for some reason, I'm sneezing all the time lately. Maybe a good thing, maybe a bad thing. Who knows? Hold on, brothers and sisters. Let me. Okay, brothers and sisters, future news. The way I see it, the attack is going to happen any day now because they're damn to break. That's going to release a whirlwind of pressure. 500 years built up at damn pressure, right? That's why I talk about Noah's flood and everything. Are you going to be prepared for it? Prepare for it? Because some of you are going to panic, right? But the point is you got the ability and it don't take long. That's the whole thing. See? You just got to make sure before that pressure hits you, you turn that discipline on. Some of you going to just like, you're going to be seconds away. Bam. People are lost for lack of knowledge. You got the discipline, brothers and sisters. Now, that's what Suleiman's here to get you to turn it back. And people are sitting in the dark, seeing a great light. Turn that discipline back on. Right? So now you the masters. And you do more than survive. You be the masters. You're going to kick ass. Because that's the command now. Not submit to master. Take master off the planet. Future news. Suleiman Rahim. Messenger of the Covenant. The Watchman. Assalamu alaikum.